State in computer science describes information held by the system between executions. For example, you log into a website. You might close the browser, reopen it, revisit the website. You are still logged in. The login cookie is held by the browser's state. Similarly, hooks can read and save small pieces of on-ledger data. In today's video, let's see some general concepts of hook state. Let's start by looking at hook APIs. We use this API to read the state and this to write or save to the state. We use these APIs if the operation is on the namespace created while installing the hook. If not, then we use this to read and this to write. It's a bit confusing in the beginning, but let's explore and learn how to use them. An account can have one or more hooks installed on it. A maximum of 10 hook installations are allowed on an account from position 0 to 9. Positions are important. If all these hooks are hooked onto a payment transaction, then the transaction flows from position 0 till 9 in sequential order. If you didn't install the hook or deleted a hook at particular position, then the transaction will always be considered accepted at such position. Another important thing to note here, suppose transactions fail at hook position 9 or any position, then the state changes in any of the installed hook will not be committed to the ledger. No state will be committed to the ledger if the transaction fails at any point. Now finally, let's look at the states. It's a key value pair. Key is always 32 bytes and value can be anything till 256 bytes. And the maximum size is determined by validator voting. If you choose account ID as key, which is 20 bytes, then the remaining positions will be filled with zeros automatically, so it will always be 32 bytes. Suppose this hook wants to store your account ID as key and the amount you sent as value. Similarly, some other hook on your account wants to store your account ID as key and ledger number as value. Since the key is same, the value gets overwritten. To avoid this, we must enter a unique namespace for each hook while installing it. Again, namespaces are 32 bytes and recommended to be a SHA-256 hash. Think of namespaces as collections in NoSQL or tables in SQL. To access a value, you first specify the table or collection name followed by the field name. Similarly, if hook at position 8 wants to access, that is read or write, to the hook state at position 2, then we first specify the hook account, in this case the same account as the hook is installed on, followed by the namespace and followed by the key. This gives the value. Since both the hooks are on the same account, it can read, write or update the state. What if you want to access state on some other account? For example, you want to read from voucher hook account's state. First thing is you should get the namespace and the key for the state. It's all public information, by the way. That's why you are able to access states of any hook account inside your hook. Now specify the hook account you want to access, followed by the namespace, followed by the key. This reads the value. You can read from any hook account's state. It's all public information. But if you want write permission, then the hook must grant that to your account. Only then you can perform the write operation. But this is a remote use case. Most of the times it's not needed, but still possible. Now let's assume you only have one hook installed, which is the case most of the time. And we have these two hook states. Again, the keys are same, which overwrites, as we only have one namespace here. To solve this, we can create a 32-byte namespace inside the same hook, maybe hard code it, and then store the state under a different namespace. Now that we have two different namespaces, we use different hook API to read and write the state. Also note that you can create a maximum of 256 namespaces per account and not more than that. In the upcoming videos, we will use all these 4 hook APIs and the concepts will be much more clear, and then you can revisit this video to understand it better. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.